Baddies Midwest slash Baddies Going Wild Auditions Episode 1 review. It's honestly sad and shocking that so many women are still so down bad that they have this long ass line and y'all know what the results are going to be. But here we are. So initially we see all of the hosts, Bobby, Janisha in New York. I'm excited to see New York, of course. And one thing I must say, Scotty really can't fuck with Janisha face card. It's no shade. Like, Scotty got the body, but Janisha got the face. So then we finally see all the judges getting out the car. Rolly, Scotty, Tasiki, Biggie, they all get out, greet the crowds with no problem. When Mariah Lynn comes out, she immediately gets water thrown at her. So Mariah threw something back at the girl, and then they looked like they was pulling the girl out. Of course, I'm excited to see what Dream Doll and Cash Doll are going to bring to the show, but I already know it's going to be not good looks for them for the most part. Similar to last season, I was excited to see Shenseea and Spice, but I didn't like how they were acting because they were acting like Natalie, encouraging bullshit. By the way, I just started catching up on Young and Reckless, you guys, and I noticed how Zeus said they have a VIP lounge for certain people who are coming to the auditions, and I saw that Renee was there, the girl who just fought Ivory this past episode, who said she looked like Ari. Last season on Baddies East, there was this special needs girl named Maggie from Philly, and she had came and she was like, give her a ticket, give her a ticket. And she told Bobby how she had spent her last ticket there, and she had on a diaper, and she just was randomly yelling out shit like, I'm a bad bitch. So Maggie's back, knowing damn well they're not going to never pick her. So I guess she's just going to be a Baddies audition star. So of course we start to see a bunch of fights for no rhyme or reason before the girls are even in front of the judges. So they're showing all of these fights, but we can't see y'all faces. We're not getting y'all names. So what was the point of this? Just for camera time so that you could tell the people that know you, hey, that's me? Because it's like none of us know who the fuck you are from this. Then we seen this girl in the hallway and Anna kept telling her to go home. She kind of looked familiar, so I'm thinking maybe she auditioned at the Baddies East auditions and her and Anna got into it. Anna recognized her and was like, bitch, you're not getting a ticket this time either. Mariah was trying to get the girl too. Anna and Mariah running all around. The producer's trying to stop them, and Anna like, no, because she came all the way to Detroit. So apparently this was definitely somebody she had beef with before, but like I said, I think from the previous auditions, because the girl looks familiar to me. So we're finally in the room with the judges. I feel like the room with Tasiki, Jayla, Rolly, Scotty, and Tinkerbella, they all looked really pretty. First room, there was somebody with a mask on talking about they just got a chemical peel. And they had shades on, and they were like, how are we supposed to know who you are next? I don't think that was a woman. There was another girl, she had on blue. She came in and she said that she won the $5,000 last time at the Baddies East auditions. Even though she didn't make the show, she was able to get lipo with it, just like Rolly. And she was like, don't worry, Rolly, I'm coming for that BBL next. So they gave her a ticket. So the next two girls, one of them was named the Only Fine Doll. It says she was from Texas, but she said she was from Cali. So it was this girl with this light blue lace two-piece on and this blonde wig. And Scotty was like, she said you're not a real baddie. She attacked the girl from Texas or Cali. There was another girl in the room and she walked out with the blonde girl's wig. And the girl punched her in the face like when she meant to punch the other girl. And she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. Like, she punched the shit out of this girl by mistake. There was some crazy girl with this red hair talking about she been watching Natalie since she was younger. She loved Baddies. She need her ticket. Screaming to the top of her lungs. She fought some girl and got her ticket. And Anna was like, you got your ticket, crazy. You got your ticket, crazy. She ran out the room smiling, sticking her tongue out, having the time of her life. These girls was in front of them begging, talking about, I want this. I flew this far. This, that, and the third. Like, this is your aspirations? There was this lady with this pink and black zebra suit on. She was memorable. She was rapping and stuff. She was from Chicago. So some girl had randomly attacked another girl. And Anna and Biggie was basically saying, like, she sneaked her. She didn't let her know that she was about to test her gangster. That was some bullying shit. That was lame. Mariah was still trying to give her a ticket. And Sapphire was basically telling Anna, like, you shouldn't be arguing with Mariah, though. And then Anna said, we don't want bitches who just want camera time. Why do you think we got J.O.'s and Kivas? I'm surprised you didn't say J.O.'s and Nunus or Kivas and Nunus. Like, isn't your problem with Nunu out of the replacements? Then there was some girl in there telling Rolly how she was taking shots with her last night. And Rolly was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. Gave her a ticket. I'm like, okay, so all you got to do is see Rolly in the club the day before the auditions. Some girl came in there and gifted them bundles. She got a ticket for that. So I will say people were being a little bit more creative because her doing that, you know, she didn't have to fight. There was a few other people who came in and did other things that excited the girls where they was able to get in and out of the room faster. So some girl came up and started talking and Rolly was like, okay, are you trans? And she was like, no. And everybody was like, oh my God, like all the other judges. And I'm like, she low-key did look trans. So there was this girl from Ohio who came in and she was just asking everybody in the room with her, like, oh, who won it? Who won it? And some girl tapped her like me. So they fought. She beat the girl up and she was still looking cute because she still had like her wig on and everything. So when she walked out the room, they was like, oh, she cute and she could fight. Like, I like her. By the time we saw that girl again in the hallway, that wig was off and she looked a hot ass mess. Okay, so this is where things really got interesting for me and where most of the pictures from the green screen come from. So this girl's name was Dolly. She was from Mississippi. I have a feeling that she will be casted for Baddies Going Wild or Baddies Midwest. So honestly, Anna had told them to all talk one by one and they were going down the line and it was going good. So then we got to Jay from Chicago, which is this girl. So out of nowhere, one of the girls on the line, I think her name was Poundcake, she started taking off her boots like, oh, who need that? And while she's taking off her boots, she fell on the floor. So Dolly got on that ass. Then there was another girl in the room with a red shirt. Somehow Dolly ended up fighting her. And Meatball was like, oh, I'm ready to beat you the fuck up, telling Dolly that like she was just sneaking people. And currently Dolly was calling out a fade with Meatball on social media about this, and Anna, I believe. Which is why I said don't be surprised if she makes it on Baddies Midwest. And if not, definitely Baddies Going Wild. Now, it was between Dolly and Poundcake. Jay started walking up and Sapphire was like, who are you going to fight? And she was like, I'm trying to get in the paint too. So Meatball walked up in between Dolly, Poundcake, and Jay, and she was like, no, Poundcake, step back. You rumble her. Because Dolly and Poundcake already had fought twice by that point. Dolly clearly was fighting everybody in the room, and Jay talking about she trying to get in the paint for no reason, involving herself. Because there was another girl who was in the room who got her ticket because she just told Anna that she knew her birthday was coming up. And you know, the girls just liked her vibe. She didn't even fight. So Jay did kind of put this on herself. So immediately the girl gets up and her face is bloody all over. She's cut up. And Anna's like, what the fuck? So Anna's like, no, stop this shit. And she saw that the girl Dolly had rings on and she was like, fuck out of here. Like, what is going on? Mariah and Sapphire was sitting there condoning that bullshit. But Sapphire, you was just talking about how Bianca always used weapons. And Mariah, you was saying the same thing. But you cool with somebody random that you don't know using weapons on somebody else. Because a ring is a weapon. You don't have to be wearing rings when you're fighting. You know what you're doing when you're doing that. I honestly found myself having a lot more respect for Anna this episode. And just in general, I don't really like her character on Baddies, but this made me see that she is a human and kind of a girl's girl. So Anna might grow on me next season. We'll see. I also peeped how they had Janisha and New York together the whole time, and only Janisha had a mic. So New York kept having to like lean over and talk into Janisha's mic. And she also had this like red solo cup that she was carrying like as a microphone. So Sapphire went over to Jay and she was holding the Band-Aid on the wrong eye. Like, she was so fucked up, she didn't know which eye was fucked up. She had the shit on this eye and it was supposed to be on this one. So they in the hallway, Mariah hyping Dolly up like, you a boss ass bitch, you did your shit. Anna like, no, this girl Jay lost her whole fucking face over a stupid ass fucking show. Like, talking real shit, like being a human for once. We have somebody waking up. Anna cursed Mariah and Sapphire the fuck out, told them they don't stand on principles because they kept saying, oh, Jay didn't have to fight. And like I said, she didn't. But let's not act like it was fair because the reason her face got cut up so quickly was because Dolly had on rings. Then we saw a few men trying to audition. I'm like, are y'all here because Bad Boys auditions aren't out? Like, what the fuck is going on? Let's be for real. So there was another group of girls that came in and they were all talking over each other. One of their names was Joy. Tinkerbella had told all of them to stop talking over each other and Joy was still going. So Tink was like, you still talking? And Joy was like, I am. And Tink was like, okay, so you could get out. So Tinkerbella checked her. She ended up calming down, saying she was Floyd Mayweather's sister. And then she ended up fighting some girl and proving it. Then Mariah had told these two girls to fight. One of the girls took the other girl's wig and she was telling Mariah to give her ticket. And Mariah was like, no. After you basically told the girl that she would get a ticket if she fought. So the girl caught Mariah coming out of the room and this happened. So that's where the episode ended. I may or may not see y'all next week for Baddies Auditions episode 2. Bye.